Hello, I'm Mr. Dupre, and this is my AP summer assignment video. Hoping you're having a good summer. I just wanted to make this video in order to explain some things that I feel like could use some explaining and to show you where the various things are. So, if we go over to my eBoard, you can see that there are a few topics up at the top. You'll click the APES tab, and then you'll go down to the summer projects where you will find a link. You can click this link and you can find the chapters. So there are 2 chapters you have to read over the summer. And we're going to get into the meat and potatoes of what I'd like you to do when you are reading the textbook. So if you open up this link, you will get sent over to this. Now this is a previous version of the textbook. We do have our nifty, oh, can you see it? Green screen. Yep, we have our textbook. You will get this in person later on once we have school starting, but for the summer you're going to have these PDF files, and you can download them so that you could be highlighting or doing whatever you like with them, or you can just read them from your web browser. So on first read, this is the little story they give you in the beginning, The Mysterious Neuse River Fish Killer. When you are reading the textbook, especially in the beginning, I want you to cut this into small sections. So perhaps, if you haven't started yet, you will read this and this only. It is full of probably new words and some new ideas. So it's maybe 2 or 3 pages. That's it. Just read that. Make sure you understand all of it, and then you're good for the day for reading. Now this is important because as we go through the year, you're going to start having to read more and more as we get better, get faster, and need to get more of the curriculum done. So starting out, you have a lot of time to learn how to read a textbook. And I'm not saying you don't know how to read. You probably are all fantastic readers to get into an AP course. The point is, you need to be able to not only go and glaze over those words with your eyes, which I know this assignment might seem like, I read the textbook, check mark. I know when I was in school, that's certainly how I would view this. But you're supposed to not only just glaze over it, but you're supposed to be extracting information. So how are you going to do that? What strategies are you going to employ that are going to help you really get what's in this book, which can be a little bit of a difficult thing to do starting off coming from living environment, jumping into an AP course. So how are we going to address that? We are going to go back to my eBoard, and you're going to look at the metacognitive reading strategies. Now these strategies are designed to help you connect with the text. I would, if I were you, pick one that sounds like something that might help, and just try it out. Try it out for 1 or 2 pages. Try it out for more than that. However much you're reading or comfortable really putting work into. And yes, this is going to make your reading slower, but you're going to get a lot more out of the reading itself. For example, I know that when I read, sometimes my brain just starts to wander off and my eyes are going over the words, and at the bottom of the page I go, huh? What did I just read? So you might want to, after every paragraph, try and summarize that paragraph. You might want to see, okay, that was trying to say this, and this in your own words. You might ask questions while you're reading. You might say, have I read about algae before? Make some connections. So I'm not going to go through all these different strategies, but these are here to help you find a way to really extract all that information and put it into a way that's going to make it accessible for you. Now the first 2 chapters are very broad. They talk about a lot of, earbud. They talk about a lot of different things all at once, and it's kind of the establishment of the types of science and types of thinking that are going to go into the course throughout the year. So it's going to be, again, important to really understand these foundations so that we can build on them once we get back into the swing of things in the start of September. So what else are we going to talk about? Well, here is that first page of the summer assignment, and it goes through the directions and goes through the 2 reading guides that you have to fill out. Also, my email is there. Feel free to contact me with anything at all. If you have any problems with the reading guide or questions with the reading guide, if you have any questions with the math, reach out. So, just to quickly go over this, here are the definitions at the top of the reading guide. What I'd like you to do is to define on paper the bold ones, but that does not mean that the other ones are not important. The other ones, system, ecosystem, biotic, abiotic, you need to know these in and out. I'm just not making you write them down because they're probably familiar to some degree. The ones that are bolded are just extra important. These are things that are going to come back throughout the year, and you're going to see that you need to know them more than just the definition. You should be able to say it in your own words. You should be able to apply it to some concept or bring, scientific method. You can definitely apply that to things you've done before. So the bold ones are extra important, but they're all important. Along with that, the reading guide itself, everything should be answered in full sentences. If you'd like to do it in a digital PDF, if you'd like to type into that, that is totally acceptable and fine. If you want to handwrite it, that is fine too. Submissions, I don't know if they'll be digital or in person, so whichever way you'd like to go, just make sure you have a way of getting it to me digitally, which means if you're going to handwrite it, totally cool. Just make sure that you have a way of sending it should we not return to school. With that, the last part, yes, the additional work. Last year I had the students submit this as part of the summer project itself. What I'm doing this year is I'm going to have you self-grade yourself on this part. So it won't be part of the grade for the summer assignment, but what it will be is a way for you to check your own understanding. So answer all the multiple choice questions at the end of chapter 1. So if you take a look at the e-board, you can find that there is the textbook answers and more. So if you click onto that, that should give you answers for the textbook. So hopefully that is a way that you can self-grade yourself. And yeah, that's about it. So hopefully you're having a good summer. If you have any questions about the reading guide, about the multiple choice, reach out.